Good morning, every student of class 10. In this story, I have to discuss about faith of a farmer, and his name was Lencho. He was a farmer and there are a farm, money order farm. You can see in the page which I have opened, and in earlier the people, there was no system of NIFT. People were sending money to their relatives by this money order form. What you see here, they say faith can move mountain. We all know that faith has power, and faith can move mountain. But what should we put our faith in? This is the question. The story says Lencho is a farmer who writes a letter to God when his crops are ruined. When his crops were ruined, destroyed. Do you know ruined? Yes, sir. Ruined means destroyed. Asking for 100 peso, and his whole crops was destroyed. There was no hope to survive next year. So he wrote a letter to God to demanded 100 peso. Now some questions arises here. Does Lencho later reach God? The letter which was written by Lencho was received by God, as God sent him in the money. And this is a peculiar question. Such type of questions are not written always in our life, because God has no any address, and how can letter reach there? Does Lencho later reach God? Does God send him the money? Think what you answer the question should be, and guess how the story outline continue before we begin. And now we start here. The the house, the only one in the entire valley. There was only one house of only Lencho in that valley, and he was sitting on the crest of the hill, of a low hill. From this height one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted. And when he was sitting on the top of peak of the house, he can see river and field and dotted of flowers that was in the field. And the only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. Shower means continued and throughout, means whole. The morning Lencho, who knew his field intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky toward the north. There was cloud in the north south. Now we are really going to get some water. Woman, yes, good willing. The will means desire. The older boys were working in the field, and some boys were working in the field, and the small boy were playing near the house until the man called to them, come for dinner. Do you know dinner, supper, such type of foods time? It was during the meal. Meal means food, that just as Lencho had predict, predicted a big drops of rain began to fall in north. Huge mountain of cloud could be seen approaching. There was a big drop of water fall. The air was fresh and sweet. The men went for no other reason. Reason means scout than to have the pleasure means happy of feeling the rain on his body, and when he returned he exclaimed. Exclaimed, there is a kind of sentence exclamatory. Exclaim, feel surprised. These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. From the sky, the air but to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on the body, and when he returned, he exclaimed, there aren't raindrops falling, they are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces, and the little ones are 5. And the drop was like a coin. With a satisfied, do you know satisfied? Contentment, expression means to tell. He regarded the field of rain crop with its flowers. Flowers, I hope it passes quickly, means hurriedly. Quickly means hurriedly. Now I want to dictate some important meaning here. If you are ready, you can open your pages and pen and write down the first meaning, and similar meaning in English you can hear and write. Entire, entire means, do you know entire? Total, whole. Crest, upper part of thing. Here, peak, ripe, ripened, corn, grain, and dotted, marked, and that was a spotted mark was on the field. Downpour, heavy rain, shower, a light mild rain. Supper, every dinner. We have perhaps, I think you have written all these meaning, about 5 or 6 meaning you have written in your copy seriously. Now we go to further paragraph. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flower draped in a curtain of rain. But suddenly, accidentally, a strong wind began to blow, and there was a storm. Started blowing. The rain very loud, hailstorm. Hail began to fall. This truly did resembles. Resembles means likely to same. New silver coins. The raindrop has compared here a silver coin. It was spread in whole field. The boys exposing themselves to the rain ran out to collect the frozen pearls. Pearls. It is really getting bad now, exclaimed the man. I hope it passes quickly, hurriedly. It did not pass quickly for an hour. The hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, means cornfield where grain are produced. On the whole valley, the field was white. You can imagine why valley was white. It means there was hail straw everywhere, as if it covered with salt. Do you know color of salt is white? Similarly, the hailstorm was a spot spread in the field. Now a leaf remained on the tree due to hailstorm, and a storm. There was no leaves in the tree. The corn was totally destroyed, and corn fell down on the earth. The flowers were gone from the plants, and there was no flowers in the plant. Soul was filled with sadness, and Lancho crops were destroyed, and his soul, means spirit, was saddened due to destroy of the crops. When the storm had passed, went away, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, and he was thinking in the field and talking to his son, a plague of locust. Do you know the locust? Locust in an insect that can destroy the crops have left more than the hail has left nothing. This year we will have to no corn. And Lancho was talking to his son that due to destroy of the grain there will be no corn. That night was a sorrowful. Sorrow means sadness. One all our work for nothing. There is no who can help us. We will all go hungry this year. Now there is orally questions, some comprehension question that you can give answer if you had understand the meaning of the story. What did Lencho hope for? What, what did Lencho hope for? Next, what did Lencho say? What did Lencho say? The raindrops were like new coins. Next question, which I have prepared. How did the rain change? What happened to Lencho field? Yes, Lencho, now you can write or you can keep in your mind because the question is oral. There is no need to write in your copy. Lencho hoped for water in the form of rain. This is the answer of first question. What did Lencho hope for? Next question. Why did Lencho say the raindrops were like new coins? And when hailstorm fall in the field, he compared the raindrops with the new coins. Why? Now, answer of this question. He said the because his crop really needed a rain to be good harvest. To good harvest, there was a need of rain. So when it rained, he saw it in the form of new coins. Now the answer of third, if you want to take response, you can answer pleaded answer of this question. How did the rain change direction? You know that the rain direction of rain due to direction of wind. It depends on the rain changed into a hailstorm when it was raining. The Lynch was happy, but its direction was changed. Hail falls in the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, and the whole valley. They destroy Lynchwood field completely. The effect of hail was it fallen the house, the garden, the hillside, and Lencho cornfield also whole destroyed. Next, what were Lencho's feeling when the hail stopped? What was Lencho thinking when the hail stopped? It means what happened when rain was stopped. Now Lencho felt completely broken. The hail had left nothing. He felt that they would have no cord that year. Now you have understood what you have dictated, oral questions answer, will write and memorize. If you have any problem to understand any questions answer or about the study, you can convey me immediately or further. Thank you. But now I am going to further burn in the heart of all who lived in the solitude means lonely house in the middle of the valley. There was a single hope, help from God, and there was no one was looking that can help the except no one was able to help Lencho, but he had great faith in God. Don't be upset. Upset means sad. Upset. Don't be upset. Even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. Hunger means hungry. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger. All through the night, Lencho thought only of his one hope, and due to destroy of his God, he was upset and thinking the whole night only of hope, the help of God, whose eyes as he had been instructed, directed. See everything, even what deep in a one's consciousness. Lynch was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the field. He was a hard worker. He was working in the field day and night like an ox. Lynch was an ox of man working like an animal in the field. But still he knew how to write the following Sunday. Following means coming Sunday, next Sunday at daybreak. When daybreak means in the morning, he began to write a letter which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. The next day, in the early, he wrote a letter and went to the town to drop the letter in the letter box. Letter was written to the God. God, he wrote. No one can write a letter yet to the God, but Lencho has a reliance, faith that God can help him. He wrote, if you don't help me, this is body of this letter, you can understand my family and I will go hungry this year. He wrote a letter to God. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes. For next year, I have to plant. There is no money to buy seeds and to plant the field. So he wrote the letter to God until the crops come because the hailstorm. Now, in this lesson, you can write meaning unconsciousness means write down you are thinking Nandini and Ashish, you can write what I have dictating you in your copy because this meaning is very useful and you can enhance your English by dint of this meaning. Peso, a currency of several Latin America. This is currency of Latin America country. Am I able? Friendly and pleasant. Yes, you have written one sufficient three meaning I have dictated. One of the implied. Do you know implied? Implied who is worker, who works In the office, one of the employees who was a postman and also helped the post office. You have seen there, there is a postman in the post office who can deliver our letter. One of the employees who was a postman and also helped at the post office. Among you who have seen the post office nearby, who can say what is work, which type of activity are done in post office, and what is the head person of the post in the post office is called? Who can say among you? Bhaiya, Ashish, you can know you have sufficient knowledge about this post office, and your father is also working in a post office. The head of the post office is postmaster. There are one clerk and a peon, postman, who delivered our letter, laughing heartily, and showed him the letter to God. And the postman brought letter and showed to the postmaster, and they were laughing. What is reason? Ashish, you can say what is the reason of laughing? Yes, yes. You anyone can. There are so many students. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address the postmaster a fat, amiable fellow, and broke out laughing. But almost immediately he turned serious and trapping the letter on his desk and opened the letter and kept on the desk and commented, "What faith!" They were talking, postmaster and post office employees were talking, "What faith! I, I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote the letter starting of correspondence with God. Correspondence to send to letter to communicate with other. So in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, and there was great faith of God, faith in God, so he did not want to break this. The postmaster came up with an idea, answered the letter. When postmaster did not want to break the fate of Lencho, he wanted to write to provide money because the Lencho returned the letter to the postmaster god for 100 pesos. But when the post office employee opened, it was evident that to answer it he needed something more than goodwill, ink and paper. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employer, and the postmaster convinced his employer for some money. He himself gave part of the salary, and some part of salary was collected, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an art of charity. Charity means to give like a donation. It was impossible. What is similar him? What is opposite of impossible? You can say among a students group, anyone can take response. What is opposite of impossible? Anyone? No. I want to impossible possible for him to collect together the 100 peso, so he was able to send the farmer only little more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lancho with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature God, and some collected money was kept in the envelope and as a signature sender's place, it was written God. It means God has sent the money. Oral question. Now I want to say you can write something like question first. Who or what did Lencho have faith in? What did he do? Who read the letter? Next question, third number. What the postmaster do then? You are continuous to attentively heard my lesson. So we have to give some relaxation to you. Now you write given questions answer continuously. Then I shall start. Next, are you ready to write? Write down now. I am also thinking about something about this lesson. I think you have, because the shortest answer, you have written these three answers. You can demonstrate answer here and I shall check these answers. All questions answer are correct and sufficient answer you have given. Now I am going to the next para. The following Sunday. And you have written three answers which I have dictate you questions. Now I want to tally your answer with my answer. Question number first answer. Lenchu had faith in God. He felt that God's eyes saw everything. He related to God. Now, second roll number will say your answer and I shall tally your answer with my answer. The postman, this is correct answer. The postman and the postmaster read Lencho letter to God. Next question's answer. The postmaster decided to keep Lencho's faith in God intact. He collected about 70 pesos and sent the money to Lencho. And post office employees collected 70 pesos and sent to the Lencho. Now, following line. The following Sunday means next Sunday. Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter. Handed means to give the letter to him while the postmaster expressing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed. Deed means you can say did means work looked on from his office. Lencho showed not the slightest, means slightly, surprise on seeing the money. Such was his confidence. But he became angry when he counted the money. When the Lencho counted the money, God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied. Denied means reject Lencho what he had requested. Because Lencho has got only 70 pesos and Lencho thought there was no mistake taken by the God. Immediately Lencho went up to window to ask for paper and ink. He demanded paper and ink from the window on the public writing table. He started to write with much wrinkling of his brow caused by the effort means try. He had to make to express means to say his idea. When he finished, he went to a window to buy a stamp which he licked and then affixed means stuck. Now the envelope with a blow of his first fist. The moment always you have seen when we affix the ticket in the envelope, we fist them. The letter fell into the mailbox. It was dropped in the letter box. The postmaster went to open it. It said, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. And second time when he had written the letter, it was opened by the postmaster, and the Lencho had written that I have demanded you 100 peso, but you have given me 70 peso. Send me the rest. Remaining 30 pesos send me, since I need it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail because the post office employees are bunch of crooks. And you have to send, they are not a fit man, not a innocent, they can deceive any money. So we have to say that this should be not, it was crooks. Meaning of crooks is dishonest people that can deceive anybody. Now I expect to you some student that read one paragraph, 2 or 3 lines each and everybody. Then I shall under signify that which student had ability to read the English lesson. Thank you. Now oral question comprehension here. It means the writer want to check your ability. What did you understand? Question number, what Lencho surprised to find a letter for him with money in? What make him angry? By which reason he became angry? Now I dictate answer because this is first lesson and 1 or 2 classes has conducted. You will understand later. Now Lencho was not surprised to find a letter for him with money in it. It was because he had full faith in God, who saw everything in vain one's consciousness. Next question. Lencho requested God to send him 700 pesos, but God sent him only 70 pesos. It was not good on God's part. This made him angry. Now question was, why Lencho became angry? As you know that Lencho demanded 100 peso, but according to the Lencho, post office employee has taken 30 pesos and sent only 70 pesos, so he became angry. This is the reason of the angerness of Lencho. Now I expect you that meaning including comprehension check of page number 7 we will memorize, and for next class I shall wait you by eagerness. Thank you.